big time on a Saturday night. So what we got going on out here, we're putting together a drift trike. I got both my nephews with me. They're both kind of off camera here. But we got, you saw in a previous video where we cut the sleeves, and we've got the engine kind of sitting where we think we're going to put it. We built the rear axle up more or less. Everything's kind of loose, but so we got a pillow block on each side, pillow block bearing. We got a little sleeve up against the back of the wheel on each side. Brake drum. I'm not sure if we're going to do a brake drum or if we're going to do a hydraulic brake yet. So that's kind of, we don't know if we're going to keep that. Sprocket, we got that on there loosely mounted. We're just trying to lay it out and try to give ourselves an idea how we want the thing to look. We're still kind of undetermined on how we want to kind of come down to one unit here. This is 1 inch square tubing is what we're using here, and this other stuff I think it's like 2 1/4 inside. Let's see, inside it's like about 2 1/4 on the inside. So we're probably gonna notch the inside of that just a little bit to allow that 1 inch tubing to go up in there a little bit. And we cut a chunk out of it with a torch to get it to sit in there to give us more to weld to. This is a front end off an old BMX, and it was kind of funny the way the frame was put together here. So we kind of damaged this tube here in order to get the other tube off, but we welded a patch over top of that. And that's kind of where we're at right now. So we're in the preliminary stages, but we're using, nephew got a brand new welder, and he's learning how to use that. He's got his new helmet, and we're just making a mess of everything out here. So I'll catch you guys up when we got more to show you. All right, well, here we are a few hours later. It's 9:39 p.m. now. Nephew's just left, and we did make a little progress. We got these 2 bars cut for the back, and we got those just tacked in. We kind of got our front end, how we figured out how we wanted to do that whole mess there. So we got the 1 inch tubing notched up into that 2 1/4 inside diameter. I don't know, I guess it's probably 2 1/2 inch, what you would call that. So we got that whole assembly is all fully welded now, and it's just kind of slow going, but we're gonna get on this again tomorrow, and I'll catch you guys up when we got something else to show you. All right, so we got the thing assembled. We're taking it off the jack stands. We have our official racing throttle hooked up because we don't have a throttle cable yet, but we spent the last 2 days putting this thing together, so it's come a long way in 2 days. We don't have any brakes hooked up yet. We just want to see if this will move and steer. So yeah, he's going to give it a little test drive. This is his throttle. He reaches around here and hits the kill switch when he wants to. So nice and easy now, really. Just see if you can go 10. See if you can go 10 feet.
Right here.
What is that? That's probably off the chain.
Oh yeah.
That looks like he's driving out of the sleep, so we'll have to air that up a little bit.
Big brother.
That's so fun.
Yeah. It works. It works.
Man, that is so
fun. Alright, we took the sleeves off. We might have to scuff them up. But Big Brother wanted to try it. Alright, so we took a grinder to the inside of the sleeves here and scuffed them up, so hopefully they'll catch some traction on the tires. And he's already putting that one back on. and it's as simple as airing down the tire and then inflating the tire. And we'll put about 20 pounds of pressure in there. This thing, like I said, it needs a throttle and a brake cable, but it's pretty well done other than that. You can kind of see how we attach the seat here. He's got a little bit of a suspension there, so that's right off of an old lawnmower, like an antique lawnmower. And pretty simple back here yet. We're still undecided if we're going to use the drum for brakes or do a hydraulic setup. But I didn't want to order the brake and
20 pounds in it.
throttle yet because I didn't know how long everything was going to have to be until we built the Trike. So
wait,
we're going to get these sleeves back on and see if we can give her another shot. Well, proof of concept was a success. So you saw the boys riding it the other night. Just a few days later, I'm out trying to rig up the brakes. So I've come up with a pedal, and I think I'm going to use the drum style brakes. I got the bolt mounted as the pin for the brake pad there, and now I'm actually using one of those cheap Chinese quads for parts. So I've robbed a brake cable off of it, and I'm cutting that down and soldering a new end on it. So this is going to be the brake setup. I'll show you guys when I get it all put back together. Well, we got it all tore apart and painted up, and as soon as the paint sets up a little harder, we're going to get it put back together. But you can see we're doing lime green on front wheel, forks, and seat, and the pegs, and black on the biggest part of the frame. So we'll get this thing put back together in the next couple days. I'll show you what it looks like. All right, well, there it is all put back together. We hooked up an on-off switch. You know, that just works off the coil. It's an extension of the kill switch that was on the throttle assembly, but now just the way that we have that throttle hooked up, it would not function as a kill switch also. So we routed the wire with the throttle cable up and mounted it to the plate there. So we got an on and off switch now, which is easily accessible, you know, an emergency or something, somebody gets in a bad situation, they can flip that off real easy. We put ATV grips on here, so it's got good grips. This throttle assembly came off that cheap Chinese quad that we were robbing some parts off of over there. And also, I think you saw me do some of the brake assembly. Parts of that cable came off of that Chinese quad too. We put a brand new brake drum liner or band on, and that does a real good job of stopping it now. So we're gonna go ahead and give it a test drive and see how it does. We changed the starter pull rope to the front now, so you know, possibly you could start it from the front of the machine. You might have to choke it there, buddy. And it hadn't run in about a week or so. Hey, keep your speed reasonable until you get a feel for that brake and everything. Because I got a feeling that thing's going to be pretty quick. And if it goes sideways on you while you're going fast, whatever you're pointed at, you're going to hit. So keep that in mind.
Can I try the on and off button?
Yeah, go ahead and give it a shot. It works. All right. Well, guys, that's it for the drift trike. Seems like it's a pretty good success. So, if you like this video, click that thumbs up button. If you want to see more videos of us working on stuff out here in the garage, click that subscribe button. And until the next video, guys, keep on tinkering.